You know I love Bruno Mars. Well, oh, walking into the studio right now. What's up? Bruno Mars in the building. To me, this is my Bruno Mars.
Yo, don't you think just much? Come on.
Oh, look at it. Bruno Mars in the building, people, for my birthday.
That's what I get called anyway.
All right, Bruno Mars, live inside the studio. Man, first of all, thank you for stopping by for my birthday.
Hey, no problem, man. Come on.
Oh, okay, so this is amazing. Okay, so I love you, Bruno Mars.
You know what? I saw your feed. I can tell you do, and your family does too.
Oh, yeah, my son dressed up as you for Halloween.
I saw you dress up too, and was it your wife?
Yeah. We were the hooligans.
Family.
We were the hooligans. We were the hooligans. Now, can you sing though, Bruno?
Of course.
Okay, so what can you give us a little acapella right now?
Pop, pop! It's showtime. Showtime! Guess who's back again? Oh, they don't know? Oh, they don't know?
Go, tell
I
them.
bet they know as soon as we walk in. Women Cuban links,
Yeah.
designer mix, Inglewood's finest shoes.
Ooh, ooh.
Don't look too hard, might hurt yourself. No, they give the color red the blues.
What?
Get 'em!
Oh, yeah! Bruno Mars. All right, let's be serious. How'd you start this? How'd you start impersonating Bruno Mars?
You know, the first time he came out, I started hearing people say, "You look like this guy. You look like this guy," and I didn't know who this guy was. Years
So
go
people
by,
were coming to you say, "You look like Bruno Mars. You look like Bruno Mars."
Yeah. And the thing is that after a while, I started seeing who this Bruno Mars guy was. I'm like, oh, dude, I see it, but then it started getting annoying because it's like, well, I'm my own person. I'm Johnny Rico, and it wasn't until last year where I decided to take it on as a job, and since October of last year, I've just been nonstop.
Really?
Nonstop.
Like, so you're getting booked like crazy then?
Yeah.
Wow.
What kind of people book you other than the michaelyo? Where are you showing up?
You know what? It started from doing birthday parties. Then I started doing bigger events. Like my favorite one was so far is the Lollapalooza. I did Lollapalooza after party. They did a Bruno Mars tribute night. So it's like that was the star of the whole evening.
Now, have you met Bruno Mars?
No, not yet. And the interesting thing about that is that he literally is like 10 minutes away from me. His label is like 5 minutes away from me. Where he recorded the 24K was just like 5 minutes away from me. Like, I'm bound to meet him.
Okay, so what do you think, Bruno Mars? Would he like it or not like it that you're impersonating him?
He seems like a cool guy. I wouldn't see why he wouldn't. And at the same time too, I try to stay as true as I can to Bruno Mars without going overboard. I've seen other impersonators get a little annoying, with what they do, or they take it too much. It's an ego thing.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure you see with Bruno Mars, he doesn't have any of that. He's fun.
So do paparazzi ever follow you? Because you look exactly like Bruno Mars.
I just had a TMZ follow me when I was at a Starbucks, and the lady comes out, she starts recording me, asking questions. And
do you play along just like
that?
that?
Of course, yeah. I can't say I am Bruno Mars, right? I can't say I am Bruno Mars, but when people ask me, what do you think? I'm like, oh my gosh, it is. And I sang for the whole tour bus, just to make people's day.
That's great.
The TMZ tour bus coming by.
Yeah. They actually were screaming. I had my headphones on, and then I was wondering what that screaming was. They stopped, and again, there are people from out of town. You want to make them feel a little like I saw somebody, and I did my job.
So you look like you're dressed up like Bruno Mars. You look exactly like Bruno Mars now, but Johnny Rico, when he's not dressed up, what's he look like?
This is my basic Chucks, jeans, a white shirt.
Okay, so you look less like Bruno Mars than that, or you still get styled?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I mean, like I was saying, when I first started hearing about him was almost like 9 years ago, and that was even before I got a perm.
Oh, that's your hair.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So before I naturally have straight hair, So the thing is that to add more to this thing, I got a perm.
You're like Daniel Day-Lewis, like you went hardcore. I love this. Like you went for it.
You have to.
Now, are there different versions of Bruno Mars that can show up? Like you're in, for people who are just listening, you're in the Dodgers, you're wearing the chain, and you got a Dodgers hat on. So this is more of like a recreational Bruno Mars, maybe.
This is like my hometown.
Okay, gotcha.
Hometown, yeah.
Cool.
So yeah, there is. Like I have like the most requested the 24K, the Versace shirt, the hat, the chains. or the Grammys. There's the Grammys Bruno. There's a casual Bruno where it's just
So
like
there's different Brunos. Huh?
Yeah.
Sure, because this is
Yeah.
not like performance Bruno. This is
No,
chill
he will
Bruno.
perform in this. I've been to
really?
6 of his shows.
Yeah.
He will perform in this. Absolutely. He wears shorts on stage
Oh, wow,
sometimes.
he's chill.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. What if somebody wanted Super Bowl Bruno when he came out with Beyonce?
That stuff is sweaty. That's leather. That's leather.
Yeah.
I've danced in pleather, so I can only imagine how leather is.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I
It's
gotta
hot.
know, what was Johnny Rico doing prior to
Thank
Bruno
you!
Mars
Oh,
impersonating?
right,
I'm
you-
so curious.
okay.
Have you always been in the entertainment world?
You know, I first started off dancing, and within 3 years of just like I first started dancing, I got to dance with the #1 choreographer in the world. I got to be a stand-in. I got to do the pilot, and when I did that, I kind of said, you know what, I reached a peak here. You know, I never thought I could do it in such a short amount of time.
Uh-huh.
You know, and then started.
So
doing,
so dancing wouldn't support yourself by just dancing.
you know, you'd have to know people, and you know, and even then, it's networking.
It's politics.
Yeah, man. You know, so the thing is that afterwards, I got into doing music, and then after doing music, I had my own business. I was selling mid-century furniture, modern furniture reproductions, all online. And,
Interesting.
So what was that thing that you said, you know what, besides people saying you look like Bruno Mars, was there a friend or someone you knew that booked you and said, hey, why don't you try it one time and see how you do, and then that's what fully got you into it? Or did you like, okay, I'm gonna go for it, I'm gonna put out an ad and get a party? How did it work?
No, you know what? I kind of hesitated doing this because I was in a couple of relationships during the past 9 years, and I in the back of my mind I just didn't want to, because I didn't want to have the feeling of them giving you the I don't know what you're doing. You know.
Oh, you're talking about the person you're dating.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
that's like that would be a nasty feeling to have, going out and about, you know, to another state, and then you have this. Oh, I don't know what you're doing when you're over there.
Oh,
and,
you're
yeah.
living like the real Bruno
The
Mars
real
over
Bruno
there. You got all
Mars.
these Versace's on the floor. What's going on with you?
And the thing is that this stuff, like, just even impersonating, it gets to the point where I had to leave. Like, for example, I was in Atlanta. I had to leave the mall because I was getting followed no matter where I went. People wanted pictures. I had a security guard follow me for a while, and I had to leave. That happens. I've gotten.
But you want that attention too.
But see,
or did
but-
you just want to shop?
No, yeah, it's yes and no. There's a fine line, right? Like the fine line would be, you know what, I'll do a couple. But when it's so much where you can't even shop, or you can't do anything.
But you're not dressed up like this.
No.
Okay,
no.
so you're in the chucks and the jeans.
Yeah.
And, okay.
Yeah. So that.
And you're not trying to look like you're never.
No,
Okay, I just want to clarify.
I always say there's 3 versions. There's Johnny Rico, then there's the middle, which is kind of like dressed like Johnny Rico. I just have my glasses on. That's it. And then there's you're in the whole outfit.
The Bruno Mars.
The Bruno Mars, yeah. But again, it doesn't matter. I've gotten to a point where I've had even girls wait in front of the hotel room. I've had them follow you to the hotel. Like,
So
they
are
don't care.
women like, you know what? I can't get the real Bruno Mars, but I'll settle for the second.
But yeah, you know,
in their head, they just close their eyes and go, "Oh, I'm with the real Bruno Mars." Does that happen?
You know, I think it's always gonna be in their head, because honestly, like, I'm not the type of guy. You know, like, I don't. I think it's just gonna mess up the business.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
it
Like,
is.
you know, and then you give.
And
one,
then you
have
don't want to
give
give a bad reputation to him.
No, and that's the thing too, is that, like, you know, if anything, you have to do it like you have to run like a business. You know, the thing is that it just takes one person to ruin it for you, just one person.
What's one thing you've learned about Bruno Mars along this journey?
I love this interview, by the way.
It
This is awesome.
Because certainly you've had a taste of fame and all
Yeah.
these things. What has been maybe something surprising that you've learned?
You know what? The biggest thing for me is that everybody loves him. When I say everybody loves him, I've done gigs for 3-year-olds. I've done married couples in their 60s and 70s. Everybody loves Bruno Mars, and that's really rare. I mean, like, the only person I could think of would be Michael Jackson, in the sense that he was able to touch.
I
so many
always
people.
say that Bruno Mars is the new Michael Jackson for today. He is. He's just that. I mean, his concerts are 3-year-olds to 90-year-olds. You know, and that's hard to do. Michael Bublé does that for some odd reason. It's like 8 to 92. But Bruno Mars just has this stage. He's amazing on stage. I love this man.
Yeah, there's nobody that I've ever met that did not like him. And even if they didn't know his music, I would say, do you know this song? They'd
Okay.
be like, oh yeah.
I want to know, and you don't have to tell me, but give me a ballpark. How much do people pay you to come out to
Oh,
impersonate?
You gotta send me a message for that one.
Can you go to the website?
Yeah, because
Oh yeah, mention.
yeah.
This is where we mention the website. What's the website?
Yeah, you can visit me at brunomarsimpersonator.com. If you forget that, you can go to brunomarslookalike.com.
BrunoMarsLookalike.com. So what are we talking? Thousands? Are we talking
It depends, because it could
50,
be...
60 bucks? I mean, what do we...
Well, I'll tell you this. I would consider myself more of a premier lookalike and impersonator.
You are a premier.
Yeah, it's like I don't. I'm not one that you'll find in Hollywood.
Oh yeah, you're not on the street corner.
No. I literally they come to me. That's pretty much what it is. But it could be anywhere from a couple thousand on up to.
It depends on the gig.
Yeah.
Do the lines ever blur between Bruno Mars and Johnny Rico?
No, and that's why I have my friend over here. I tell him if it ever gets to that point, you can sock me in the face.
Fair.
Yeah, I let him know that for sure.
And he's gonna tape it. Why he's gonna tape himself socking you in the face? So he can be like, see how stupid you acted right there? That's why I hit you in the face.
But certainly absorbing someone else's personality must kind of mess with your own a little bit, right?
I could see how that can be. I can see it, and I've only been doing this for a year. But I've met other people where it's taken over, where they
feel like they're the
they
person.
lose their own identity.
Okay,
yeah.
Let me ask you this: is it weird to you that you do this?
No, it's fun. It's really
okay,
fun.
it's fun, but it's not like, dude, I'm kind of weird by doing this.
No. And the reason why is because I know I'm just an entertainer. I just entertain, and if I can make people smile, that is like a singer making other people smile, like a dancer making other people smile. I just happen to impersonate someone that they love, and are able to, pretty much convince them that maybe this is the real deal.
Everybody listening right now, go to my Instagram story at michaelyo on Instagram and check out this man. What's your Instagram, by the way?
Bruno Mars Impersonator.
Or go to Bruno Mars Impersonator, but you got to see this guy. He looks just like Bruno Mars.
Thank you.
You get to bring a lot of joy into people's lives.
And that's
nice.
That's honestly why I like doing it. Honestly, like it's really hard to explain, but that's why I like doing it. I love going to somewhere and then just everyone's happy, and you leave, everyone's happy.
Well, one thing I know, if Bruno Mars was not happy with you, you would have got a cease and desist a long time ago. So you must be doing all right.
For sure.
I do have an agent who she's like the premier of all the lookalikes and impersonators in the world, and she basically helps me understand what the fine line is.
It's a business. You got to treat it like a business and don't take it overboard.
Yeah, like I can't autograph as Bruno Mars, that I know. I can't say I'm Bruno Mars. So if someone says, "Oh my gosh, are you Bruno Mars?" I have 101 different things.
Like, what do you say if somebody says, "Are you Bruno Mars?" What do you say?
What do you think?
What do you think?
Oh, here's another one. He gave me this one. Someone says, "Are you Bruno Mars?" I'm like, "Don't believe me, just watch," and I'll just do a little dance. Like, oh my gosh, it is.
It is Bruno Mars. Oh my God, he's live.
But I never say that I am Bruno Mars.
Craziest fan experience before you go.
Fan experience? Yeah. Well, I had mentioned, I finished doing a gig, and there was these two girls in the front of the hotel. Again, that's pretty tough. I mean, that's pretty like.
Is that normal for you now? Like when you go to different places and do this,
there's been a couple times of that. But the thing is that like the fact that they knew where I was, that was kind of interesting. Because like usually when I get placed somewhere, like they put me in a certain position so that I just am not seen by everybody else.
Got you.
But in this case, it just happens to be that I was just there.
So hotels are actually treating you like a star too.
Oh,
because they know you get a lot of attention.
Yeah, and it's getting to a point where I have to hire now a security guard. That's my next thing.
Wow.
Because honestly, like it gets much.
But hiring a security guard even makes you look more like Bruno Mars.
Yeah.
That's crazy. It's like whatever you do, it looks more. I had to hire two now. Now it really looks like we got to get a black SUV everywhere we go. Tinted out windows.
I know. It seems weird. Yeah, for that same reason. It's like if I have it, but I need it.
All right, brunomarsLookalike.com. brunomarsLookalike.com. Man, thank you for stopping by.
No problem. Happy birthday.
Hey, you know what? You're way better than the real Bruno Mars to me.
No, man.
No. I love Bruno. But thank you for stopping by, making my birthday fun. My wife is going to love these pictures because she knows how much I love Bruno Mars too. We're going to be right back. It's the Michael Yo Show, celebrity pop culture, and Bruno Mars.
Yo!